What's up? It's a new fantastical day. Here's your friend, the Diabetic Gamer, where today I'm going to be entering my theorist arc and be making a Dandy's World Theory, as you can see on this screen right here. So yeah, stay tuned, and here we go. Beyond the elevators of Garden View Education Center lurk dangerous creatures of pure destruction who only want to kill you. Those are the Twisteds. They have been overcome by Ichor and cannot control their thoughts, actions, and even speech. However, some of them do have their sense of humanity, and that's what I'm going to be talking about today. We're going to be starting off the list with Boxton. Boxton is an insecure toon who is more comfortable with toons he knows, as seen by Dandy's dialogue when purchasing him. Now, when he's in his twisted form, you will see that he has a second pair of hands, possibly his, music box strings, because he's a music box. This is showing the fact that he might not be able to secure with killing us, and keeping his secure form as knowing the toons. Next we have Poppy. Poppy is a toon who's very skittish, however really helpful and sweet. In her twisted form, she will take a brief moment to pause and think about her actions, possibly. She can be seen crying when focusing on a toon and crying when defocusing on a toon. Next, we have our toon, Cosmo. Cosmo is a toon who likes sharing things and is comfortable with her best friend, Sprout. If you look in her bio, you can see that she has anxiety and possibly moderate depression, because in her twisted form, she will pause and scratch her eye. Now, I don't know if this is a coping mechanism of hers of some kind, but it clearly seems that she has been scared of her twisted form and doesn't want to harm anyone because she knows to share, unless she's thinking of sharing the pain. Now, next person we have is Shrimpo. Shrimpo is a bully toon who no one really likes. Now, he can be seen as a nice figure to toons like Dandy, because he doesn't want to make her mad. And on top of all of that, when you defocus on him, or when he defocuses on you, he can be seen as punching the air, possibly annoyed that he didn't catch you. Somewhat like how he hates everything, he hates losing focus of us. Next up, we have the newly nerfed toon to make him appear faster, Finn. Finn is a toon who loves fish puns and fishing, as seen in a video in Astro's floor of him fishing. Now, we don't know quite much about this toon yet, but I need to do some research. Be right back. Alright, so when you complete a machine, Finn will move faster, as like a water bucket splash. That makes them go faster. However, when you complete a machine with his twisted variant on it, you will have to suffer slowness 3, and meaning you'll go slower than the normal toon speed. Now, this could be possibly because he dumps water on himself, but somehow dumps Ichor on you when you die, or complete a machine, I mean. Next we have Twisted Brightney. Twisted Brightney is a toon who likes to light up the way in blackouts, revealing the blackouts to be, the Twisteds. Similar to V, but only on blackouts. In her twisted form, she will increase the chance of having a blackout by a lot. However, Brightney decreases this chance. So, switching sides, she's supporting Dandy by making it way harder for the toons, or at least trying to. Next up, we have the toon Flutter. Flutter is a caring toon who is supposed to teach the children about having your opinions and stuff like that. However, Flutter can't speak, meaning it's a little hard to understand her dialogue. And on top of all of that, I couldn't find anything about her actual form or her twisted form. other than the fact that she goes extremely fast and her ability is to dash. So, I have a feeling that Flutter doesn't have a personality, and she has been doomed to be twisted for the rest of her life, leaving her to suffer a miserable and painful fate. Next we have Gigi. That's from Cyberhaptic. Next we have Gigi, a toon who is greedy and only steals all of the items that she can find. In her room in the Trusted Roleplay Zone, we can find a lot of things, like bottles of pop, pops, air horns, all of that stuff. Now, this is probably because of her hoarder instincts, leaving her to be a hoarder in a twisted form. In her twisted form, she steals an item from you, and she mainly targets your most valuable item, like a medkit or a band-aid, including her normal form. She doesn't steal an item from a toon, but she does gamble and roll an item. This is what makes Gigi so helpful. Next is Glisten. Glisten can be seen as a narcissism figure who only cares about himself, really, and thinks he's higher than all the other toons, as seen in his dialogue with Flutter, Boxton, and Gigi. However, Glisten has an insecure side who doesn't really think he's enough, and has a lot of anxiety and possibly depression. Now, in Glisten's twisted form, you have to be near him. He needs someone to watch over him / keep him company because he's scared of being alone. I don't know what phobia that is. Sorry for the nerds who watch this. Now, if you don't be with him for about, 1 minute and 30 seconds, he will crash out and start to try to keep you forcefully. Now, this includes by hugging you, and he damages you by accidentally cutting you with his broken glass, considering the fact that he's a freaking mirror. Next, we have none other than Goob, the character I'm playing as in this video. Goob really loves hugs and has no sense of spatial awareness, like my dog Chase. Now, in Goob's twisted form, he can be seen crying ichor tears. This is possibly because he might be scratching his eyes in his picture, his twisted picture, or because he misses his sister Scraps. This is more possible because he loves his sister and has 3 dialogues with him, including a secret dialogue that can only be obtained by a developer when playing as Goob. Next is Razzle and Dazzle. Razzle and Dazzle are possibly inverted twins who have the same body but different personalities and heads. In their twisted form, if you run in their little circle, they wake up and then hit you with vines. Now, this is possibly likely because they both like nature because of a dialogue between Flutter talking about being nature animal. And Razzle seemingly enjoys this conversation, whereas Razzle doesn't. Razzle seems to be the older brother because he protects Dazzle from everything. As in the dialogue with Shrimpo, when Shrimpo tells Razzle that he's not enough. And Razzle doesn't like this, but Dazzle believes it. Dazzle says, "It's okay, buddy, it's okay." Now, this is because in their twisted form, they both like nature, so Twisted Razzle makes this possible because of the vines, since they both like nature. Next, we have the toon Roger. Roger is a detective who takes his work very seriously. However, when with Toodles, Toodles can be known as Roger's little detective, but we're not on Toodles. Roger seems to take his work very seriously, meaning doing anything and everything he can in his power to make him catch this toon. He disguises as a case. Now, detectives usually disguise as things to get people to tell the truth. Roger is disguising as a capsule because he knows he can get extra research. So, trying to catch his victims by, when opening the case, they suffer a very painful punishment of being beamed in the chest. Next is Goob's confident and disordinate sister, Scraps. Scraps is a big sister to Goob, as I already said. Now, Scraps is very confident on the things she does and seems to harm anyone who gets in Goob's way. Now, this is possible because Scraps uses her advantage cut-up tail to hit the Twisted like a sniper. Now, when you defocus on her, she seems to sort of complain about not being able to catch us. Now, she probably complains when she's not able to do something that she really wants to in her normal form. But this is displayed in her twisted form. Next up is Tegan. Tegan is a nice character who likes to have tea parties with her friends, as seen in all of her dialogues with the Toons, inviting them to tea parties. Now, Tegan can revive herself with tapes, and in her twisted form, she steals half of your tapes. Now, this is because she really likes tapes, and her mood's starting to switch in her twisted form, but she still enjoys taking tapes. Next up is Tisha. Tisha is a Toon who really likes cleaning, and in her twisted form, she briefly stops to sweep for 10 seconds, I think. And she also hits you with her feather duster when she gets caught. This is seen because they both like cleaning. And our final our final normal Toon is Toodles. Toodles is a little kid who can be seen by Roger as a fatherly figure. Now, Roger likes to call Toodles her little detective. And here's a little bonus fact. If you get Roger and Toodles in the same floor, Toodles will always be by Roger's capsule, making this kind of easy and kind of not, because usually Roger's capsules are blocking machines. And if Toodles is there, she's really fast. And she also seems to have rabies. But kids like to role play as animals, so this is possibly what Toodles is doing. Now, I know I used to do that. Embarrassing fact. So yeah. Her trinket is a dog plush, which is pretty common for kids to have. Now, the thing they're displaying is they both are kids, and they both like animals, I guess. For our first main character Toon, we're going to be talking about Astro. Astro is a Toon who is mainly insecure, similar to Box and Poppy. However, Astro seems to be really obsessed with sleep and is really tired. The same thing can be displayed with Twisted Astro's appearance, for he is covering his eye and frowning. This proves that Twisted Astro has similar character traits to normal Astro, considering the fact that they both are tired. Shelly is a Toon who is really into dinosaurs and prehistorical stuff and is really smart and helpful. Her abilities are both like extraction type things. One of her abilities you can give buffs, and the other one you can go faster, similar to Finn. Now, in her twisted form, she is a literal dinosaur, and I think she has such a strong interest for dinosaurs that even her twisted form can display this, as she is a dinosaur when she is a twisted. Next we have V. V is a literal computer who has his own game show. V is, kind of rude to some Toons and not rude to others. He's that one, popular kid that you want to be friends with, but he's also really hard to be friends with. And he's also trying to spark arguments with Dandy, but that's for another time. In V's twisted form, he has multiple abilities. When he spots you, he gives out slowness for a couple of times. And he can also spam pop-up ads that talk about looking him up. And a fun fact, one of the ads is a secret ad that only developers can spawn. It's just a bunch of brainwash shit, but yeah, that's for another Easter egg video. Anyways, I have a feeling that his twisted form is once again really strong, that he has the power to hack into our minds and spam pop-up ads, considering the fact that one of his abilities is called camera hijack. So he hijacks the cameras and it reveals machines and stuff like that. But his twisted form uses this ability to spam pop-up ads. Finally, we have Cosmo's best friend, Sprout. Sprout is similar to Cosmo and loves cooking. Now, in her twisted form, she can spawn vines. And you're asking, how does this affect cooking? Well, in the Dandy World Wiki, it mentions how she loves gardening. Now, this is because her twisted form loves spawning vines, I guess. Well, not loves, but is forced to. And this is similar to gardening. However, you don't want vines and you do want plants, but stuff like that. So yeah, pretty cool. All right, this has been my third video on the Twisteds and how they still have humanity left in them except for Flutter. All right, let me know if I missed anyone, and let me just say
goodbye.
TNG, by the way.